Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
Hi, my name's Harry,
And mine's Stephen.
and this is our critical analysis of the sound design in the first scene of A Quiet Place, a movie all about quiet places.
That literally wasn't funny.
I thought it was.
You told me you cut that part.
I'll edit it out, bro, don't worry.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
The sound design in this scene is excellent because it tells us all we need to know about the world from sound alone. We get a sense of the narrative, the world, and its characters just from the sound cues.
Or lack thereof.
In this opening scene alone, we learn the following things.
1. It's an apocalypse.
2. It's been some time since said apocalypse.
3rd, all the humans are dead or in hiding.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
We're used to seeing extravagant soundscapes, full of action, chatter, or other miscellaneous sounds, both in real life and in movies. But here, what can you hear?
Nothing.
Exactly. In the store, we can see them walking barefoot. The quiet sounds of their bare feet moving on the floor further underline the fact that they are trying to stay quiet.
Don't know if I'd be up for that.
That's why you'd be dead already.
Better than walking barefoot everywhere like a hobbit.
We know from seeing this that there is an immediate threat that could be anywhere nearby.
In this shot, we see the characters in a situation where in every other movie you'd hear some sort of dialogue. The character saying something, providing some exposition.
If you want some, I'll give it you.
But instead, we hear nothing, putting us at unease by its absence. Why exactly are they not speaking? Why is it so important to stay quiet? This sound design is brilliant because it keeps the audience engaged because they want to know exactly what's going on. They're asking all the right whys and uniquely being drip-fed answers mostly through audio cues.
Could also mean they can't communicate, like physically.
Okay.
The Elon Musk wannabe kid draws a rocket, saying this will be their means of escape.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that rockets make sound.
I can confirm that they do.
I'd rate this kid's survival strategy 4 out of 10.
That's pretty generous. I mean, the heart is there, but not the brains. 2 out of 10 for me.
This is our first example of suspense.
Is somebody going to tell this kid that that rocket is not big enough to fit his family?
Yeah, once again, the heart is there, but Elon has had better ideas. 2 out of 10 for me.
Honestly, I'm feeling a 1 out of 10. That's strike 2 for Elon. 1 more and he's out. This kid is balancing, trying to grab his toy, and the relative silence is broken by the sounds of it scraping and moving on the shelf. The audience knows, likely from experience and common sense, that this isn't going to end well, and thus are on the edge of their seats, as that toy falling means that the rule of the world we have learned about in the last few shots would be broken, and the audience would get to see whatever the humans seem to be so afraid of.
Sadly, not just yet, but this shows us that the reveal is coming sooner rather than later.
The whole movie so far has created a sense of intrigue with the audience, due to being used to saturated soundscapes in the film, TV, and in real life. We know that something has gone drastically wrong in this world. This is a fantastic use of sound design to tell a story and build a world. Moving on, when we see Jim...
Bro, I know you love The Office, but this is getting kind of ridiculous.
He'll always be Jim to me.
Okay.
When we see Lee take the toy off Bo, the music subtly builds, adding a sense of suspense to the scene. We get the idea from this cue that this is important, and the added intensity plus the realization that this toy could go off at any minute gives the scene a real bomb defusal vibe.
Thankfully, it doesn't go off, but the audience knows this is important because of the aforementioned musical cue.
What music makes you feel like you're defusing the bomb?
Probably Starships by Nicki Minaj.
What?
What?
Never mind. Elon presents the family with his idea, but Lee is quick to turn him down as he reminds him that it is only a toy rocket, and rockets make noise.
The daughter liked Elon's pitch, so she gives him the rocket. When we transition to outside the shop, we hear some very tone-setting music for the world we're in. Somber, almost dystopian music plays. We would expect to see this music to be really amped up in a dialogue-free scene to underline what the creators have already told us. But, interestingly, it is more muted, which still accomplishes the same goal, as it is more fitting with the soundscape the audience has come to expect from this movie.
But in another excellent piece of audio storytelling, the music does pick up when Bo takes the batteries.
We know something bad is going to happen. Lee has already told Bo not to take the batteries because they would make the rocket too loud, and this defiance with the music sets the audience at unease.
Even cooler, when we see the birds outside, they're making loud caws. one of the loudest sounds we've heard in the movie yet.
And this shows us that whatever is attacking humans can't attack things in the air.
They're not airborne.
Are you for real?
What?
Obviously, I just said that.
Moving on. When the family are in the forest, the need to be quiet is further exemplified by their usage of sand to muffle their footsteps.
Looks like they stumbled into damn Scarface's mansion, dude.
You see Lee, his wife.
Pam.
What?
Pam.
Bro, seriously, stop.
Pam!
Okay.
Moving on, the music is faded out in this shot.
Sounds like it's making way for something.
Exactly. The audience have become accustomed to the presence of music for the last 10 to 20 seconds, and its disappearance has snapped our attention back to the silent actions of the characters.
At this point, in the absence of music, our ears have been accustomed to scanning the soundscape, and the disappearance of music here sends this into overdrive. We're immediately visually and aurally scanning for foreign sounds that may indicate a threat to the main characters. And it does.
In this little excerpt, we realise that Regan is deaf, as the sound completely disappears when we focus on her.
Now we hear the toy go off, indicating imminent danger, and becoming the first loud sound we hear in the movie. The audience's attention is immediately drawn back in as they are eager to learn visually what the danger is to the characters, as they already know so much via sound. This is the last piece of the puzzle.
The music becomes very intense, and as the focus of the characters switches from staying silent to saving the life of one of their own, we immediately hear all the sounds we're accustomed to hearing, such as footfall, heavy breathing, all culminating in an intensity that keeps the audience engaged orally as well as visually.
Everything fades out, and the sound abruptly cuts as the son is presumably killed by what the audience now sees as the main threat, the monsters. From the sound design, the audience already know everything they need to know about this monster, without a single line of dialogue or visual juxtaposition. We know that they navigate off sound, meaning they're likely blind or visually impaired. We know that they are strong and difficult/impossible to defeat from the character's aversion and acceptance of the new rules in the world defined by the monsters. And we know via the character's aversion to sound in multiple environments that they are either plentiful or can move very fast to hone in on loud sounds.
This movie, and scene in particular, is excellent use of sound to tell the narrative and build the world in the opening 10 minutes.